Finn and Theo's Great Cookie Caper. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming back to watch another video. Today, let's explore English through a fun story. Before we start, I'll introduce some key words we'll use in the story. Take a moment to listen to these words, and feel free to pause the video to repeat them aloud. It's a great way to get familiar with new vocabulary. As we go through the story, try to listen carefully and, if you can, read along. Don't worry if it's challenging at first. Each time you watch, you'll catch a little more. Speaking aloud is also a wonderful way to practice pronunciation and build confidence. Remember, practicing English every day, even just a little, can make a big difference. So keep coming back, keep listening, and keep speaking. Enjoy the story, and let's dive into English together. Glossary. Solemnly, in a very serious and earnest manner. Spectacles, another word for glasses. Mischief, playful trouble or misbehavior. Grin, a wide smile, often showing amusement. Aroma, a pleasant smell, often of food. Caper, a playful or silly adventure, often a bit mischievous. Tabby, a type of cat with a coat that has a mix of stripes, spots, or swirls. Sipping, drinking something slowly, taking small mouthfuls. Chuckle, a quiet, gentle laugh, often to oneself. Fuss, unnecessary excitement or worry about something. Licking, moving the tongue over something, usually to taste or clean it, like a cat licking its paws. Bowing, bending the upper body forward as a sign of respect or greeting. Blurting out, saying something suddenly and without thinking, often out of excitement or surprise. Sin, something considered wrong or bad, often with a moral or religious meaning. Sometimes used humorously to describe guilty pleasures. Flicking, moving something with a quick, light motion, like flicking a tail or a finger. Jig, a lively dance with quick steps, often used to add a playful or funny touch in stories. Take your time, pause the video whenever you need to, review parts, or jot down notes as you go. Finn and Theo's Great Cookie Caper. Once upon a time, in a little village by a sparkling river, lived two friends. Finn, a green, curious frog, and Theo, a fluffy, wise tabby cat. They spent their days together in their cozy little house, reading books, sipping tea, and cooking. One sunny morning, as they were munching on their breakfast toast, Theo suddenly looked up with a serious expression. "Finn, we're out of cookies," he said solemnly. Finn's eyes grew wide. "No cookies? How will we survive? We must bake more immediately." Theo nodded. "Yes, but there's a problem. We've run out of flour, and you know how rare it is to get it in our village." Finn thought for a moment and then snapped his fingers. "Old Owl," he exclaimed. "He always knows where to find things. Let's go ask him." Theo agreed, and the two friends set off to see Old Owl, who lived in the tallest tree in the forest. Old Owl was wise and had traveled far and wide, so if anyone knew where to find flour, it would be him. They finally reached the tree and looked up. "Old Owl, are you awake?" called Theo. A grumpy hoot answered them. Old Owl blinked down at them, adjusting his spectacles. "I'm always awake. What's the fuss? We need flour. We're all out of cookies, and you know how important cookies are," Finn explained, very seriously. Old Owl chuckled. "Ah, cookies? Yes, I suppose they're worth the fuss. The fox down by the river might have some flour, but be careful. He's clever and loves making trades." Theo and Finn hurried down to the river, where they found Fox lounging by a tree. "Good morning, Fox," Theo began politely, bowing his head a little. "Would you happen to have any flour?" Fox's eyes gleamed with a mischievous twinkle. Well, what an unexpected visit. Flour, you say? Now, why should I part with such a precious treasure? What will you give me in return?" Finn, who was practically bouncing with excitement at the thought of fresh cookies, blurted out, "A song. Theo can sing beautifully." Theo's eyes went wide, and he shot a look at Finn as if to say, "Excuse me?" But Fox's grin only grew wider, his teeth glinting in the sunlight. "A song, you say?" Fox chuckled, tapping his chin thoughtfully. "Very well, but it must be the best song I've ever heard. Something lively, something funny. A song about, frogs and cats and cookies." Theo sighed, realizing there was no way out now. He cleared his throat, straightened his whiskers, and began singing in a sweet, melodious voice. "Oh, frogs love cookies. Yes they do, crunchy, chewy, sticky too. A tabby cat with stripes of gold sings songs of treats both warm and cold." Finn clapped his hands, encouraging Theo to keep going. And soon, Theo found himself getting into the rhythm. He added a few twirls and a dramatic high note, much to Fox's amusement. "Ribbit, hop, and purr, 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 cookies for all," we'd shout and stir, with flour from Fox. "And sugar so sweet, we'll make the cookies such a treat." By now, Theo was dancing around, even doing a little jig, his tail flicking as he finished the song with a grand flourish. Fox was laughing so hard, he nearly fell over. He wiped a tear from his eye and, still chuckling, reached into his bag, tossing them a small sack of flour. "Bravo, Theo," he said, his voice full of laughter. "That was the best show I've had in ages. You two really are something." Blushing a little but smiling, Theo took the flour, and he and Finn waved goodbye to Fox, who was still laughing to himself as they headed home. Proud of their successful, if a little embarrassing, mission. Back at their house, they baked a batch of cookies, filling the air with a delicious aroma. They munched their warm cookies, smiling at each other. "That was quite the adventure," Finn said, licking crumbs from his fingers. "Yes," Theo agreed. "And next time we're out of cookies, maybe we can just bake something else." They both laughed and agreed, though secretly, they knew they would probably end up back by the river, singing songs for flour. Thank you so much for watching today. I'm so happy to be on this English learning journey with you. I hope to see you again in the next video. Just keep going at your own pace, and you'll definitely make progress. I'm cheering you on, looking forward to seeing you again soon.